Well, my husband, who, you know, is producer and director of Bewitched, regular director on Bewitched.
The magic of Bewitched was shattered in one shocking moment. Behind the scenes, Elizabeth Montgomery was at odds with her co-stars, hidden romances were causing tension, and Dick York's secret struggles were taking a toll. But the final straw? A scene so problematic, it forced the show off the air for good. Discover the dramatic truth behind the sudden end of this beloved sitcom. The background. Bewitched, the iconic sitcom that charmed audiences from 1964 to 1972, captivated us with the whimsical story of Samantha, a delightful witch portrayed by Elizabeth Montgomery, who marries Darren, a regular human. The show's humor and magic revolved around the couple's attempts to navigate their contrasting worlds, complete with eccentric relatives and inquisitive neighbors. However, while Bewitched became a beloved classic, its premise was far from groundbreaking. It drew significant inspiration from two earlier films that explored a similar theme: I Married a Witch, 1942, and Bell, Book and Candle, 1958. Both movies, with their blend of humor and charm, depicted the unlikely love story between a witch and a human, overcoming their differences to find happiness. Sol Sachs, the creative mind behind Bewitched, openly admitted to borrowing heavily from these films when crafting the show's pilot episode. But fear of plagiarism lawsuits didn't haunt him. He had a clever ace up his sleeve. All three productions, the two movies and the TV show, were under the umbrella of Columbia Pictures, which also owned Screen Gems, the television subsidiary responsible for producing Bewitched. Essentially, Sachs was creatively repurposing ideas within the same corporate family, making it a perfectly legal maneuver. And so, Bewitched was born, a testament to ingenious recycling and a sprinkle of television magic. Bewitched had many funny and weird supporting roles, but my top pick was Uncle Arthur, played by Paul Lynde. He also popped up on I Dream of Jeannie, thrice, as a taxman, a movie maker, and a space boss. He voiced Templeton, the greedy rat, in Charlotte's Web, and he cracked jokes on game shows galore. What a versatile guy. Elizabeth almost didn't make the cut. The show's creator had a crush on Tammy Grimes, an actress with a natural elfin look, and wanted her to play his lead witch. He even named her Cassandra, not Samantha. But the producers, Sol Sachs and Bill Asher, had other ideas. They cast Elizabeth Montgomery for the role instead, and thank goodness they did. She was the ideal Samantha, enchanting and clever, with a nose twitch that won millions of fans. It's hard to picture anyone else in her role, especially someone who looked more like a hobbit than a witch. The popularity of Samantha and Darren's daughter, Tabitha, led to a clamor for a spin-off series. However, the 1977 show Tabitha proved to be a disappointment for many Bewitched fans. Erin Murphy, the original actress who played Tabitha, was replaced by Lisa Hartman Black, and the character underwent a complete transformation. Her backstory, personality, job, love life, and even her brother Adam's magical abilities were altered. The show aimed for a modern comedy vibe, but failed to capture the magic and humor of its predecessor. Additionally, it faced fierce competition from other popular shows, leading to its cancellation after only 11 episodes. Despite the spin-off's short run, Lisa Hartman Black went on to enjoy a successful career in both television and music. She starred in the popular soap opera Knots Landing, and is married to country music star Clint Black. Her sister, Joni Hartman Rogers, was a well-known broadcasting publicist who sadly passed away in 2017. Another memorable character from Bewitched was Darren's secretary, played by the talented actress and comedian Marsha Wallace. She brought laughter to the show with her quick wit and unique voice. Wallace later lent her voice to the iconic character Edna Krabappel, the jaded and lonely teacher on The Simpsons. Her exceptional performance earned her an Emmy Award in 1992. Wallace also had a prominent role as Bob Newhart's assistant on The Bob Newhart Show in the 1970s. Her character was both loyal and humorous, often engaging in playful flirtation with Bob. Sadly, Marcia Wallace passed away in 2013 due to pneumonia, after a courageous 28-year battle with breast cancer. In a touching tribute, her role on The Simpsons was retired, and the show featured a heartfelt chalkboard message from Bart in her memory. Marcia Wallace's comedic brilliance and enduring talent left a lasting impact on fans and fellow actors alike. Her ability to bring laughter and light to the screen will be fondly remembered for generations to come. She truly was an inspiration to many. The truth behind their costumes in the TV business. In the world of television, costumes play a vital role in establishing the visual identity and atmosphere of a show. However, creating elaborate wardrobes can be a costly endeavor. To keep expenses in check, producers, especially in the past, often resorted to reusing or renting costumes from other productions. This practice not only saved money, but also allowed actors to express their personal style and add a unique touch to their characters. Sometimes, this resulted in surprising and even humorous fashion choices that added an unexpected layer of entertainment to the show. One of the most significant changes in Bewitched was the recasting of the central character, Darren Stevens, the mortal husband of the enchanting Samantha. The original actor, Dick York, shared a remarkable on-screen chemistry with Elizabeth Montgomery, who played Samantha. However, due to health issues, York had to abruptly leave the show after 5 seasons. Richard Sargent, who had initially been offered the role of Darren before York, was chosen as his replacement. Sargent had previously declined the part to star in another sitcom, The Real McCoys, alongside Richard Crenna. Interestingly, Crenna had also been considered for the role of Darren, but had turned it down. Sargent portrayed Darren for the final 3 seasons of Bewitched, but he struggled to win over the audience, who were accustomed to York's portrayal. The show's ratings suffered as a result, and it ultimately ended in 1972, unable to recover from the significant cast change. Coincidental birthdays. Elizabeth Montgomery, the captivating star of Bewitched, led a vibrant life both on and off screen. She was not only a talented actress, but also a dedicated activist and philanthropist. Interestingly, her birthday, April 15th, coincided with that of her on-screen daughter, Tabitha, played by Erin Murphy. This shared birthday added a touch of serendipity to their on-screen mother-daughter relationship, further blurring the lines between fiction and reality. During the show's run, Elizabeth Montgomery welcomed 3 children into her life. However, the birth of her youngest daughter, Rebecca Asher, on June 17th, added a touch of intrigue. This date also happened to be the shared birthday of the twins who portrayed Tabitha, Diane, and Erin Murphy. Was it a mere coincidence, or did some magical forces play a role? A photograph capturing Diane Murphy, one of the Tabitha twins, alongside Elizabeth and Rebecca, serves as a reminder of this curious connection. Interestingly, Rebecca followed in her mother's footsteps, carving out a successful career as a film director, working on notable movies such as Donnie Darko, Knocked Up, and Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. It seems the creative spark runs in the family. Never actually a nose wiggle. One of the most iconic elements of Bewitched was Samantha's signature nose wiggle, which she used to conjure up magic. However, it turns out that this wasn't a genuine nose wiggle at all, but rather a clever camera trick. Erin Murphy, who played Samantha's daughter Tabitha, revealed the secret behind the famous gesture. According to Murphy, Elizabeth Montgomery didn't actually wiggle her nose. she moved her upper lip instead. The subtle movement, combined with sound effects and editing, created the illusion of a twitching nose. While some fans claim that Montgomery's lip movements did cause her nose to move slightly, this is scientifically impossible. The muscles controlling the nose and upper lip are separate, making it impossible for one to directly influence the other. This revelation might surprise some fans, but it doesn't diminish the magic of Samantha's spells or the show's enduring appeal. It's a fascinating tidbit that the iconic nose wiggle, a hallmark of Samantha's magical prowess, was actually an illusion crafted through clever lip movements by Montgomery and the show's production team. The human nose lacks the necessary muscles for such a wiggle. Nevertheless, the effect was so convincing that it became synonymous with the character and the show itself. It's intriguing to imagine how Bewitched might have unfolded if the original casting choice had prevailed. Tammy Grimes, a Tony Award winner for her role in The Unsinkable Molly Brown, was initially slated to play the suburban witch. However, contractual obligations with another studio prevented her from accepting the role. The producers then changed the character's name to Samantha and cast Elizabeth Montgomery, who went on to enchant viewers for 8 seasons. Grimes, despite missing out on Bewitched, enjoyed a successful career on both stage and screen until her passing in 2016 at the age of 82. The catchy Bewitched theme song, composed by Howard Greenfield and Jack Keller, is instantly recognizable. But did you know it actually has lyrics? The song, performed by Steve Lawrence, playfully describes how Samantha has cast a spell on her husband, rendering him powerless to resist her charms. However, these lyrics were never heard on the show, as they were removed before it aired. It's a fun bit of trivia for fans to discover this hidden layer to the show's iconic theme. Larry Tate's son's tragic naming and fate. In the heartwarming world of Bewitched, Larry and Louise Tate were a picture-perfect couple who welcomed a baby boy into their lives. But the name they chose for their son wasn't just a random selection. It carried a poignant backstory rooted in real-life tragedy. David White, the actor who portrayed Larry, had tragically lost his wife due to complications during her second pregnancy. He was left to raise their son, Jonathan, as a single father. As a touching tribute to his beloved son, White requested that the show's creators name his on-screen son Jonathan as well. This heartfelt gesture added a layer of depth and emotion to the character of Larry Tate, reminding us that even fictional characters can carry the weight of real-life experiences. The creators of Bewitched, moved by White's request, wholeheartedly agreed to honor his wish. As a result, Larry and Louise's son was named Jonathan Tate, a poignant tribute to White's real-life son. Sadly, fate dealt a cruel blow when Jonathan tragically lost his life in the Lockerbie bombing of 1988, leaving White heartbroken and inconsolable. The devastating loss of his son took a heavy toll on White, and he never fully recovered. He passed away from a heart attack in 1990, leaving behind a legacy of both joy and sorrow. However, his on-screen son, Jonathan Tate, continues to live on through the reruns of Bewitched, serving as a bittersweet reminder of the love and loss that White experienced in his life. The infamous final moments. While Bewitched remains a cherished sitcom, behind the scenes, the final moments were far from magical. Elizabeth Montgomery, the beloved actress who brought Samantha to life, had grown weary of the show and longed for new opportunities. She had initially agreed to do the show as a favor to her husband, Bill Asher, who was also the producer and director. But after 8 successful seasons, she felt it was time to move on. According to Kirby J. Pilato, author of Twitch Upon a Star, The Bewitched Life and Career of Elizabeth Montgomery, the network had actually renewed the show for 2 more seasons, However, Montgomery was determined to end it on her own terms. She wanted to conclude the show on a high note and also dedicate more time to her personal life, which was facing challenges at the time. Montgomery and Asher had been married since 1963 and had 3 children together. However, their relationship was strained, and Montgomery was seeking a change. Her decision to end Bewitched reflected her desire for both personal and professional growth. Montgomery and Asher were once considered a Hollywood power couple, admired for their seemingly idyllic relationship. However, the pressures of working together on Bewitched, coupled with their contrasting personalities and interests, gradually eroded their bond. The long hours and demanding schedule of the show took a toll on their marriage, leading to increasing strain and tension. When Bewitched concluded in 1972, after 8 successful seasons and 254 episodes, Montgomery and Asher's marriage also came to an end. They divorced in 1973, marking a bittersweet conclusion to their personal and professional partnership. Following the divorce, Montgomery sought to break free from her sitcom image and explore more serious and dramatic roles. She starred in acclaimed television movies like The Legend of Lizzie Borden and A Case of Rape, showcasing her range and versatility as an actress. Beyond her acting career, she also became a passionate advocate for various causes, including women's rights and animal welfare, demonstrating her commitment to making a positive impact on the world. Declining ratings and a lackluster finale. Another contributing factor to Bewitched's demise was the gradual decline in its ratings and overall quality. The final episode, which aired on March 25, 1972, titled "The Truth, Nothing But the Truth, So Help Me Sam," served as a stark reminder of the show's waning creativity. The episode's plot was a rehash of an earlier episode from the second season, Speak the Truth. In both instances, Samantha's mischievous mother, Endora, bewitches Darren with a pin that forces him to speak only the truth, no matter how awkward or embarrassing the consequences. This leads to a series of humorous and uncomfortable situations for Darren, both at his advertising agency and at home. Many fans and critics were disappointed with this recycled storyline, feeling it was a lazy and uninspired way to end the series. The lack of originality in the final episode highlighted how the show had run out of fresh ideas and was relying on tired tropes and jokes. The combination of Montgomery's desire for new challenges and the show's declining quality ultimately sealed Bewitched's fate. While it remains a beloved classic, its final moments serve as a reminder that even the most successful shows can lose their magic over time. The show's final episode, once a highly anticipated event, only managed to attract 18.6 million viewers, a stark contrast to the 36.4 million who had eagerly tuned in for its premiere in 1964. This significant drop in viewership underscored the show's waning popularity and solidified the decision to bring it to a close. Elizabeth Montgomery, the enigmatic star of Bewitched, was notoriously private about her personal life, keeping her age and other intimate details closely guarded. Even in death, her desire for privacy seemed to persist. Media outlets reported her age as 57 at the time of her passing, when in reality she was 62. Furthermore, because Montgomery had kept her marriage to Robert Foxworth under wraps, many obituaries incorrectly stated that she was single, despite having a husband. These inaccuracies extended even to Montgomery's own self-reported age and marital status in official documents. Adding to the confusion, her death certificate even misspelled her middle name, listing it as Anne instead of her actual middle name, Victoria. This series of errors surrounding Montgomery's passing adds to the mystique that surrounded her throughout her life. Perhaps she intentionally maintained a certain level of secrecy, Or maybe she simply enjoyed keeping the public guessing. Regardless, she remained an enigmatic figure, even in death, leaving behind a legacy of both talent and intrigue. Anti-aging potion in real life. Elizabeth Montgomery's timeless beauty and captivating presence on Bewitched often led fans to speculate about the secrets behind her youthful appearance. Many jokingly attributed it to a magic wand or a hidden fountain of youth. However, the reality was far less fantastical. Montgomery's radiant glow stemmed from her commitment to a healthy lifestyle. She maintained a regular exercise routine, followed a balanced diet, and avoided smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, unlike some of her colleagues and spouses. Her dedication to various causes, such as women's rights, animal welfare, and AIDS awareness, also contributed to her vibrant spirit and zest for life. Sadly, beneath her seemingly perfect exterior, Montgomery was battling a serious illness that she kept hidden from the public eye. This revelation adds a poignant layer to her story, reminding us that even those who appear to have it all can face hidden struggles and challenges. In 1995, Elizabeth Montgomery was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Tragically, she passed away shortly after, at the age of 62. This revelation adds a somber note to her legacy, reminding us that even those who appear eternally youthful and vibrant can be touched by illness and mortality. Samantha's effortless magic on screen was a result of clever camera tricks and the hard work of the production crew. In the 1960s, long before CGI made anything possible, stagehands had to work swiftly to create the illusion of magical effects. For instance, when Samantha made objects appear or disappear, Elizabeth Montgomery would freeze mid-gesture, and the director would yell, "Cut!" Stagehands would then rush onto the set to remove or add objects as needed. The camera would roll again, and voila! The objects would seem to have vanished or materialized out of thin air. This technique, known as stop-motion film, was a simple yet effective way to achieve the show's magical effects. While it may seem rudimentary by today's standards, it was a practical and cost-effective solution that allowed Bewitched to create its enchanting world. Dick York's real reason for leaving. Dick York's sudden departure from Bewitched in 1969 was never fully explained on the show, leaving fans to speculate about the reasons behind his exit. Rumors circulated that he had a drug addiction that forced him to quit. However, the truth behind his departure was far more complex and heartbreaking. In 1959, while filming the movie They Came to Cordura, York suffered a severe back injury. He tore most of the muscles on the right side of his back, an injury that plagued him with chronic pain for the rest of his life. Doctors prescribed painkillers to manage the pain, but York tragically became dependent on them, leading to addiction. This addiction severely impacted his ability to continue filming Bewitched. He frequently needed to take breaks or lie down between scenes, making it increasingly difficult to maintain his demanding schedule. York's struggle with addiction ultimately forced him to leave the show he loved, leaving a void that was difficult to fill. His departure marked a turning point for Bewitched, as the show struggled to recapture its original magic with a new actor in the role of Darren. His health struggles also led to his absence in several episodes, where his character was explained away as being on business trips or visiting family. Eventually, the situation reached a breaking point when he collapsed on set and was hospitalized. It was then that he made the difficult decision to leave the show, ultimately being replaced by Dick Sargent. Alice's posthumous award. Alice Pierce, the actress who brought the nosy neighbor Gladys Kravitz to life on Bewitched, was a true star in every sense of the word. She was a talented actress and producer who embraced her role with gusto, earning a posthumous Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress for her performance. However, unbeknownst to many, Pierce was battling a terminal illness behind the scenes. She chose to keep her condition private, not wanting anyone to pity her or alter their behavior towards her. With remarkable strength, she continued working on the show, never revealing her struggle to her colleagues or the show's producers. Pierce wanted to be remembered for her work, not her illness. Her sudden passing just a few months after joining the cast shocked the entertainment industry. Her colleagues, unaware of her illness, were devastated and felt a sense of betrayal. They had lost a beloved friend and talented actress without any warning. The Emmy ceremony became a bittersweet event. While they were thrilled that Pierce had won the award, they couldn't help but wish she was there to accept it herself. They took the stage to receive the trophy on her behalf, delivering heartfelt speeches about their love and admiration for her. In a touching blend of sadness and humor, they also cracked jokes about how she was probably watching from heaven, critiquing their outfits and keeping a watchful eye on them. A real curse? The tragic deaths of several Bewitched cast members, particularly the younger ones, have led some fans to believe in a real-life curse associated with the show. The high percentage of cancer-related deaths among the cast has sparked speculation and fueled the theory that something sinister lurked behind the scenes. While this remains a matter of conjecture, the untimely deaths of these actors have undoubtedly cast a shadow over the show's legacy. It's a reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. The Bewitched cast's real-life experiences, both joyful and tragic, add another layer of complexity to the show's history. They remind us that behind the laughter and magic, there were real people facing real challenges. Their stories, intertwined with the show's legacy, continue to fascinate and intrigue fans even today. A number of cast members passed away before reaching the age of 65, considered premature by today's standards. Apart from Elizabeth Montgomery, the star of the show, other major cast members who met untimely deaths include Alice Pierce, who succumbed to ovarian cancer, Paul Lynde, who suffered a heart attack, Dick York, who died from emphysema, and Dick Sargent, who lost his battle with prostate cancer. It's difficult to determine whether these tragic events can be attributed to some sort of supernatural curse, as the show centered around a witch and her mortal husband, or if they were simply the result of lifestyle choices or unfortunate circumstances. The truth remains elusive, leaving fans to ponder the possible connections between the show's fictional world and the real-life tragedies that befell its cast. Bernard Fox, A Life in the Spotlight. On December 14, 2016, the entertainment world mourned the loss of the talented and charismatic actor Bernard Fox, who passed away at the age of 89. Fox enjoyed a long and distinguished career spanning over 6 decades, gracing the screen with numerous memorable roles. One of his most beloved characters was the hilarious Dr. Bombay on the sitcom Bewitched. His comedic timing and endearing portrayal of the eccentric witch doctor made him a fan favorite. Fox's talent extended beyond Bewitched, as he also appeared in other popular television shows like Hogan's Heroes, The Dick Van Dyke Show, Columbo, and The Andy Griffith Show. He was a fifth-generation performer, following in the footsteps of his parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents, who were all part of the entertainment industry. Sadly, Fox passed away due to heart failure in Van Nuys, California. He was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in the Pacific Ocean, a fitting tribute to a man who brought joy and laughter to countless viewers throughout his remarkable career. After Bewitched concluded and Elizabeth Montgomery and Bill Asher's marriage ended, Asher conceived a new sitcom idea starring the talented Paul Lynde. The concept drew inspiration from the play Howie, which featured a lawyer named Paul Sims, played by Lynde, grappling with his daughter's marriage to a lazy, unambitious man named Howard, or Howie. Lynde's character harbored a strong dislike for Howie, who seemed content with a life of leisure and lacked any drive or ambition. Asher believed this concept perfectly suited Paul Lynde's comedic talents and pitched it to ABC and Screen Gems as a potential replacement for Bewitched the following year. He envisioned The Paul Lynde Show as ABC's answer to the groundbreaking CBS sitcom All in the Family, aiming to capture a similar level of social commentary and cultural relevance. However, despite Lynde's best efforts to infuse the show's dialogue with his signature wit and sarcasm, it failed to achieve the same spark. ABC's aversion to social realism hindered the show's potential, preventing it from tackling controversial topics with the same boldness as All in the Family. When The Paul Lynde Show premiered on ABC in the fall of 1972, it inherited Bewitched's time slot on Wednesday nights, facing formidable competition from the first half of the immensely popular The Carol Burnett Show on CBS and the top-rated Adam 12 on NBC. While the show's debut episode attracted a respectable audience, it quickly lost its appeal due to overwhelmingly negative feedback from critics and viewers. Lynde's character was perceived as overly obnoxious, and the premise lacked believability. As a result, the show's ratings plummeted, leading to its cancellation after just one season. A secret scandal? Many television shows harbor hidden stories of drama and intrigue that never reach the public eye. One such secret was unveiled by Herbie Pilato, a devoted fan and author who penned a biography of Elizabeth Montgomery. In his book, Twitch Upon a Star, The Bewitched Life and Career of Elizabeth Montgomery, Pilato exposed some of the behind-the-scenes scandals that unfolded on the set of Bewitched. One of the most startling revelations from Pilato's book was the unrequited affection Dick York, the original Darren, harbored for Elizabeth Montgomery. York confessed his feelings to Montgomery, but she gently rebuffed his advances, encouraging him to concentrate on his work instead. Pilato suggests that this rejection, coupled with York's ongoing struggle with chronic back pain, contributed to his eventual departure from the show. Another intriguing secret Pilato unearthed was the strained relationship between Elizabeth Montgomery and Agnes Moorehead, the esteemed actress who portrayed her mother, Endora. While Moorehead was undeniably talented, she was also known for being demanding and temperamental. Her conservative views clashed with Montgomery's more liberal outlook, leading to frequent disagreements on set. Moorehead was particularly close to Dick York and was reportedly angered by his replacement with Dick Sargent in the 6th season. She made no effort to conceal her displeasure, making Sargent's life on set incredibly difficult. She would resort to insults, ignore him, and even reduce him to tears on multiple occasions. Sargent later confessed that Moorehead was the most challenging person he had ever worked with. These revelations offer a glimpse into the hidden tensions and conflicts that existed behind the scenes of Bewitched. The show may have portrayed a light-hearted and magical world, but the reality was far more complicated. Despite these challenges, the show managed to captivate millions of viewers and secure its place as a classic of American television. A long-lasting legacy, Bewitched's enduring popularity is a testament to its timeless appeal. Even decades after its final episode aired, the show continues to enchant audiences of all ages. Samantha, the lovable witch, remains a recognizable figure, and the show itself enjoys regular syndication, ensuring its continued presence in the hearts and minds of viewers. The show's legacy extends beyond its entertainment value. It also reflects the changing social landscape of the 1960s and 1970s, tackling themes of gender roles, family dynamics, and societal expectations with a touch of humor and magic. Bewitched's enduring popularity is a tribute to its talented cast, creative storytelling, and timeless themes. It's a show that continues to bring joy and laughter to viewers, reminding us of the power of love, family, and a little bit of magic.